Happy New Year!
Wow. Happy New Year, Explorers.
You didn't know I was going to do that, did
No,
you?
I almost fell off the high chair. The high chair.
You are on a high chair.
What do they call these? Bar stools. A high
No,
chair.
we'll go with high chair, being that you're in a onesie also.
It is January 1st. It is a brand new decade.
Brand
Can
new
you believe
decade, brand new year, brand new first coming up. It's going to be
a lot.
a crazy brand new year.
And it's crazy because you think of, I didn't really think of it that much, but then when you think, here it is, it's a brand new decade and everything is related to the decades, like the 80s, the 90s, and we are going to be in
your strap should be
the
behind your
2020s.
ear.
The 2020s.
Yeah.
It is January 1st, 2020.
We're
guys.
not Barbara Walters and we're not on 2020, but it is 2020.
I'm trying to find the live, what I did.
Fisher Fun Adventures. Welcome. We're all in onesies.
It's the first. So
Well,
it's,
us two are in onesies.
So it's 1D2. It's onesie Wednesday because it is the first.
God, I can't talk. We usually, when I sound like Chef from the Muppets, we usually wear onesies on the first just because it's fun and it's warm and it's cold outside and it's wintertime. So I have my Superman onesie and you have your Buffalo Bills onesie. Don't hurt yourself. No. Pepper Tree Villa.
Hello,
Welcome.
boys. Thank you for joining us today.
We do have some Jilly Dilly here.
Cheers.
So Jilly Dilly, cheers to a new year,
to
and
you
to
guys,
good health for everyone.
and to Explorers and you guys. That's
Wow,
good.
that's really fruity. It's called Stella Rosa Moscato Orange. We're not trying to promote them, but it's really good.
Welcome, Amy from AJC
I would
Magic
suggest trying
TV,
it.
as well as MG Draft. Thank you guys for joining us. Michelle Phillips, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
MJ Draft.
So we are going to be talking about 2019, reflecting on it. We came prepared with cards, going back to old school.
We do have our little meats and our cheeses and our crackers and stuff just for a little nibble because we haven't had dinner yet. We'll have New Year's Day dinner after the show.
That's right. Cat Rose, welcome. And then part of what we're going to be doing is talking about 2020. And then we are also, this is kind of our New Year's Day.
The Shep Family, Fantastic Chronicles, Cargo just came on.
Welcome. This is kind of our cruise one because we are like 30 days from our next cruise, which will be on the Disney Fantasy.
This would be our cruise Wednesday anyway, wouldn't it? Because last Wednesday we did Disney. So this is our cruise.
Yes.
Cruise / New Year's Eve or New Year's Day show.
So we're going to kind of talk about where we are at with it, where we're at with our planning.
We got More Sunshine
so
Please
far.
with Jim, and we have Noah, the Disney World Fan
Which
16.
is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Cheers.
On the 1st of
Yes.
2020, a new decade.
Happy birthday, Noah. He's actually going to be on This and That. Shep who's hosting This and That, or is it on the This and That channel? Because I know they were starting one. If you can put
Happy
that
New Year, Nurse
note
Nancy.
in there, you guys. If someone can put their whatever channel it is going to be on tonight, that would be greatly appreciated.
Dilly Dilly Jim.
Nurse Nancy, that rum cake,
was really good.
boom,
And we put it with, how was that?
boom.
We put it, you put it with eggnog ice cream, which really upped the ante on the flavor. I mean, it just went really well together. So
It did.
we'll have to try it with just nothing with it, and it'll still be good. So
I think you said it, but did you say Welcome Fisher Fun Ventures?
I think I did. We got Ben from
Ben?
PTV2, AGC Magic TV.
This and That. Okay, it's going to be on the This and That channel.
So I don't know how long you guys were up last night, but we were striving and forcing ourselves to try to stay awake until midnight, and we made it. And then for some odd reason, Jim was up until 3 a.m. when it turned midnight for us, which was nice. So he
Yes.
said Happy New Year. Then he said, okay, guys, I'm going to bed. So, Jim, I don't know if you stayed awake just for us or if you were just having fun, but thank you for saying it on our New Year's day at 12 midnight our time, because you guys, we saw the celebrations and stuff 3 hours before us on YouTube and everything. People are going crazy.
We were watching Dis and That. Sorry, we were watching. There's so many DisLyfeOfOurs. They were up. It looked like they were in the tower of the Contemporary Resort Tower, and so they had a good view of the Magic Kingdom and
all the fireworks.
That was amazing.
And then
the fireworks show.
And then just the traffic alone yesterday. I saw a picture on Facebook where the traffic spread out for miles down the highway. I would not imagine trying to even be able to get it. If I was going to do that, I would be camping overnight with my car right by the gate so that I was first and I got in and got that part over with, because I would not want to be stuck with all that.
I think Dis and That might have had it right, because they stayed in the hotel, so they were able to.
You mean DisLyfeOfOurs?
Yeah. Told you. And I've only had a few sips, I promise. I had to work today. Yeah, I think they had it right by staying in a hotel.
Oh, wow. Jim said, I was up anyway. I mean, yes, I stayed up just to wish you a Happy New Year. Yeah, we'll go with that, Jim, for now.
Thank you, Jim, for posting Dis and That. They do go live at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. So thank you for joining it. And they will have Noah on their show tonight.
And just so you know, yes, this onesie does come with an actual cape. So it's an authentic Superman onesie. But no, I can't fly. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I can't.
All right. So a little bit about our year in review as a channel for last year. So last year we had 60. So we don't. I know you're getting ready to say something. Let me say the numbers first.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
So last year,
welcome Eric Rogers to the
See,
show.
I told you.
Sorry.
All right. So last year we had 66.8 thousand views. You couldn't even forget how to say that. We had 9,000 watched hours, and we gained 810 subscribers. Lifetime, because we've been doing this over 2 years now, we have 88. I think it went over to 89,000 views, and we have 11.6 thousand watched hours, and we have 1,538 subscribers. So we are moving up, which is very exciting. So thank you guys for all the support that you've given us.
And welcome everybody to the show if we missed anybody, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, and we'll go over some of our top videos. We actually had so the first video that we released last year was on January 2nd, and it was special because it was Greg's filming. Normally I do the filming, but it was a video that Greg filmed. Do you know what it is now that I said that?
The Bugs Land closing last visit?
No.
Well, I did do that one too.
It was a holiday light at Calm Zoo in Bakersfield, California.
Oh yeah, I did that one too.
We released that January 2nd. It had 811 views, so not bad. And well, considering the source, that didn't sound right. Considering that it was about a zoo.
Oh wow! Considering the source that I was filming, you know what? That's just wrong.
We also did a live stream that day, so that was a double whammy, kind of like what we did today. We released a video and we went live, and it was D&G Explorers 2018 review and our plans for 2019. That I don't remember how many views because I didn't write it down that we had on it. We also in January started our NCL Bliss vlogs because in early December of 2018, we went on our Norwegian cruise, which was our first time we ever went on a Norwegian cruise. And we released those videos. It was on January 11th, I believe it was. And it was the NCL Bliss. Important things to know about the Norwegian Bliss go-karts. So that was the topic there. Kay Atwood, welcome. Pam's fam, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Our top 5 videos. Right, you look so guilty. You
No.
should probably make some of those for me.
I'm just trying to eat it fast because you always say I sound like a cow when I'm chewing because it's so loud. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I have a big mouth. So
our top 5 videos that we've had lifetime, not from last year, but lifetime. Number 5, we'll count them down. It was released on January or February, and I thought it was okay. Maybe I got the date wrong. But anyway, it was early in 2019. It was important things to know about the Norwegian Bliss go-karts. We've had 3,702 views on it, so that's our number 5. Our number 4 all-time watched video is the Norwegian Bliss cruise vlog number 2, Embarkation Day. Embarkation Day videos are always popular.
I guess I'll share with you.
That would be nice. It was about the go-karts and the reservations and the room tour. That has 4,683 views on it, and that was released on 2/1. So the other one was released on 1/11. So that was our number 4 video, and I know you're not listening to me.
I am listening, actually.
So
I can multitask. That's what I do every day.
Number 3 all-time video for us is All Aboard the Disney Magic Cruise, another Embarkation Day video, episode 1. That was released on 4/7/2018, and that one has 4,880 views. That used to be our number 1 all-time video leader, but within the last month, 2 videos have passed it. So at number 2, which was a surprise for us, is the Adventures in Vegas, New York Hotel and Casino. That was also released in 2018, but it's just recently started to spike up.
I was going to say, which one is that? Because there were so many
well,
times that we've gone.
When we went through different spots in New York Hotel. So that was released on February 17th, 2018, and that has almost 4,900 views. It's 4,897 views. So our number 1 video that just went into our number 1 video, it's also our first video which has 5,000 views. So our number 1 video, do you know what it is?
For just this year?
For the entire, these numbers are lifetime views, not just for this past
last
year.
time I think it was I forgot the name of it, the ice cream creamery place.
No, that was our first video we released. That's way down there.
Well, it was up higher.
Okay. Our number 1 video is the NCL Bliss review, our likes and dislikes. That was released this year in August, not that long ago, and it has 5,085 views. So that is our very first video that actually has gone over 5,000 views. So,
well, you don't let me see the notes, so how am I supposed to know?
All you have to do is go on to YouTube and look at the analytics. So that's a little bit about our numbers. Greg, why don't we do a chat check?
I've been checking the chat this whole time.
Chat check brought to you by More Sunshine, Please. More sunshine, please. What better way to start the new year than with a little more sunshine, please? That was actually really
Jim,
good.
I think he'll take that. Let's see. Cat Rose wants to do the go-karts.
Ketchup Fever's in. Welcome.
And Ben hasn't been to Vegas in a long time. Hey, Mike Woodbury's on.
Our buddy Mike Woodbury. You go, Greg.
Go with what, though? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Because you're drinking. He's got the
is that what
flutes.
those are? Those
Yeah.
little glasses? Okay, I can barely
Sharon
see that.
at Sea is here. Welcome, you guys. Thank you. Just wanted to pop in. Happy New Year's to you. And
The Orlando guy is here.
welcome. So we were part of, I guess it was me, the SAS Fantasy Football League with Sharon at Sea, with Jamie from Sharon at Sea. And that was really fun. I started getting better as the year progressed. I finished 8-8, but I started the year at 1-6. And I was very disappointed because I actually know football very well. I played a lot of organized football growing up, 7 years. And so when I started 1-6, I was highly disappointed. But I finished the year 8-8 and had a good time with it. So we're hoping for year 2. The winner of that was Robert from Life with Favorite
I keep
channel.
thinking you're going to poke my eye out
I
at some
probably
point.
will. I'm not even Italian.
Read Jim's comment.
Uh-oh. Is the portrait of you in shirts and ties there to convince us you aren't always dressed in pajamas? Possibly.
Him. He's always
Possibly.
in pajamas.
Yes, and this week, another reason to celebrate. This is only the second time in 20 years the Bills have been in the playoffs.
And hopefully, it would really be awesome if we went on our cruise, and it's a Star Wars cruise, it's a Pirate Night cruise, it's a Super Bowl cruise.
Buffalo!
It'd be really a lot more awesome and special if it were Buffalo Bills football Super Bowl cruise.
Exactly. Taziar.
And they won. Oh my gosh, I think we'd probably pass out.
We also have Taziar Travel. So Jeremy is here tonight. Welcome, Jeremy.
Welcome, everybody.
If you remember, we met him on the Norwegian Bliss, and they have been releasing videos on their cruise. They went on the Encore, and they went on the transatlantic crossing on it. So definitely, you guys check out their channel to find out what the NCL Encore is like. All right, Greg. What else?
Well, I can't see your notes, so I don't know.
I'm trying to. Why don't I segue for you to talk about something so I can have a little bit of treats?
Wow. Well, I think one of my
Where's the cheese. Oh.
Sorry. Oh, I kept the cheese from you. Wow. I think one of my most special moments of this year were basically just meeting people. We met a lot of different YouTubers. We hung out with a couple of them. We met Bob and Ashley in person. We met Jim in person, Pepper Tree Villa in person. We met Juan Rodriguez in person. So we met, huh? What was that?
You want me to go over the list?
Oh, you made a list? I see. I just can't win. But it was fun, and to meet everybody in person and feel like we've known them for years. So I think that was one of the big special moments was meeting everybody and growing with everybody on YouTube.
Orlando guy said, "I'm thinking about taking an NCL cruise from Port Canaveral, 7-day Eastern Caribbean."
And we met the Shep family too. I'm sorry, I forgot at D23.
We'll include them on the list. And is NCL good? So.
And DisLyfeOfOurs.
Oh my gosh.
I'm making my own mental list and I can't stop.
This is like 2 shows going on right now. So it's
a double feature.
Jim, I digress.
Whatever.
What for Orlando guy, what would you say about that?
Think
Is
about taking
NCL
an
good?
NCL cruise from Port Canaveral, 7-day Eastern Caribbean. Is NCL good? I would suggest an NCL cruise for 7 days. If you're gonna, especially if it's your first time. We did our first Disney cruise for 3 days, and that wasn't nearly enough. So our next Disney cruise is 7 days.
Well, it was 5 after that because we went on the Magic, and those are our first 2 cruises.
Well, I mean our first Disney cruise, but even
was
5.
3.
But even 5, I would just say just go with 7. Do the whole thing. Do 7 days. It's a lot better than even 5. Yeah. I think.
I'm not sure what ship you're going on, Orlando guy. But I believe, well, depending what ship you go on, I hope it's one of the newer ships, because we definitely love NCL. I would probably say I like NCL better than Disney.
I can't talk to you right now.
I'm just saying, I really enjoyed it. I like what NCL offers compared to what Disney offers. They're completely different experiences. We are also going to be going on at the end of this year a Royal Caribbean cruise. We have a Disney cruise coming up in 30 days. We have a Royal Caribbean cruise coming up in September. It's our group cruise. And we also have a Carnival cruise on the Panorama coming up February next year in 2021. And we also have the NCL Encore in Alaska in 2021 too. So we're going to be experiencing different cruise lines. That will be our third cruise with Norwegian. And as of now, I'm a big fan of Norwegian. Now, we haven't said any of the smaller, any of the older ships.
Are you sure you didn't forget anything else on that list of things to do?
Oh, no, not at all. But I really like it. If you have never been on a cruise and you love Disney, and I would recommend a Disney cruise. Yes, it is more expensive. I think we were talking about it. It's like anywhere from 20 to 30% more. But if
Disney is something special that you have
Yes.
to do every once in a while. It feels like you're going to your second home in a way.
But Disney, it's the same environment, and what's the word when Disney, you become involved in, like, encompasses you. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but on a Disney cruise, they also have that same effect as if you were in the parks. So
yeah,
you become
you get lost in the magic of Disney,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. Cat Rose asks, how is Disney for solo travelers? They don't have solo cabins, so that's a good question. And you know what? Since we're going to go on it, I'll actually look to see how it is, if they have anything special for like kind of like single meet and greets. I think it depends also on the traveler, because there's a lot of people that will travel in a room by themselves and they're fine with that and not really mingle with other people. But I do know on Norwegian cruises, they do have meetups where single people can meet up with each other. So I'm not too sure if Disney, I know when we were on it in 2018 was the last Disney cruise that we went on. We weren't really looking at that. But we do get the personal navigators that Disney calls them. And that's one of the things we'll be checking out. So thank you for that.
Shep family said that the character interactions are awesome or amazing on Disney. Yeah, you get to see the characters a lot more on a cruise than you would in the parks. But of course, it's because you're in more of a confined space. But they try to disperse them more throughout the ship. And then they have their regular meeting area in the gallery when you first get onto the ship in the big atrium area. That's where the statue is. And then the sail away party is pretty cool too, because you get to see a lot of different characters there also.
Orlando guy says it's the Breakaway, which I hear is a nice ship. We haven't been on that. We were on the Escape. We were on the Bliss, which are two of the Bliss is definitely the new. Well, it's
yes,
now the
Jim.
second newest.
Immersion. That's a good word too.
That's the word I was looking for. Immersed. And Shep said they went on the gym and they love the flexible dining. Taziar Travel said that they like the specialty dining. So it's a little bit different. I do like the different restaurants that you can pay for, especially if it's part of the free at sea package. We had did we get 2 or 3? We had 3 dining experiences that we did on the Escape.
Yeah.
So it was fun to experience that.
I like the themed dining on the Disney cruises because they have different restaurants that are themed, and it's a lot of fun. And the waiters or the servers follow you throughout the course of your cruise. You get the same people that are taking your orders every time. And even the last day, you get breakfast, and the same people are there still. The people that you had the night before for dinner are the same, or the place that you ate dinner and the night before is the same one that you eat breakfast when you leave the ship.
Yes. So who did we meet in 2019?
Oh, well, I just gave a whole list.
You gave a lot. So I'm going to mix it in with people that we met like on the cruises, as well as people that the YouTube channels. So in person, we met at D23 in Disneyland. We met Jim from More Sunshine Plays, which we have been longtime friends. So it was really nice to finally meet in person. We also on that trip met Pepper Tree Villa for the first time.
We also welcomed Jim by giving him a good dowsing on Splash Mountain.
And I stand corrected. That wasn't the first time we met Pepper Tree Villa, because we actually had dinner with them in Turlock.
Yeah.
Before we met them at Disney.
But I was just saying in last year we met them. They're one of the people
I corrected myself. You didn't say it wrong. I did. We met Bob and Ashley on that trip, which for the first time. So that was great.
Gover.
We actually picked them up at the airport.
Yeah.
So that was cool. We met DisLyfeOfOurs.
We actually picked up Jim also and Chris at the airport.
Yes. DisLyfeOfOurs, we met Memorial Weekend, I believe it was the weekend when they did the Galaxy's Edge opening. Yeah,
it wasn't the weekend before Disney 23, but it was. Yeah, they came back for that later.
They came back, and we briefly met them because they were running around too, and we were busy.
Hey, Bob and Ashley, welcome.
Welcome. So we met them, and we actually did a video with them, and it was Pop-Up Disney. And that was with DisLyfeOfOurs. So that was a fun time to spend with them, and they were really cool to meet in person. We also on that trip met Spokesman.
Have a good night, Ketchup Fever. Have a good dinner.
Thank you. Have a good dinner. So Greg, we also met Spokesman on that trip.
Yeah.
At D23, we also met Rafael and Alana Zingano. So that was a little short visit, but we were able to finally meet them. I believe we were the first guests they ever had on their live show.
Oh, wow.
And then they're huge channel now. They're growing immensely. So awesome job, guys. And we met them in person. So that was cool.
Bob said we were there Ubers when we met them. We picked them up.
That's right.
Get it, Ubers. I thought he typoed. I'm like, wait, Ubers. Okay.
We also met Shep from the Shep family and Corey from Corey Meets World. And that's when we were, we saw people standing around someone and we were trying to think. Yes.
I don't remember. Well, we've met so many people. I'm sorry.
We were trying to figure out why there was such a crowd around a person. And it was Bob. Oh gosh. Bob Igor. Thank you.
Igor. You almost said Igor.
Yeah, I did. The Disney Imagineer. And I was standing this close to Shep and I didn't realize it. So I'm looking to see who it was. And then I kind of glanced around and I saw Corey. He was like on the other side. And I thought, hey, that's Corey. And I go, oh, wait, Corey's with
Not
Shep.
Bob Iger. Sorry, Bob Gurr.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. Duh.
See, Bob's no other Bobs. So.
And Shep was literally this far away. And then I said, Shep. So we had a chance to meet and
talk.
Shep. So we had a chance to have a little chat. But
and he heard you with that low voice across the room. Shep.
He was right next to me. So unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to meet at Disneyland later, but it was really cool still to meet them. We met Juan Rodriguez, which is basically the my mind is blank. I'll come up with the name later, but he's basically the huge Disneyland person that is always on different people's channels. So we had a chance to meet him. We've met him a couple times.
We met Matthew and Lauren too.
That's the next one. Yep. Matthew and Lauren, who are Disney cast members. Karen Carter's here. Welcome, Karen. So they are Disney cast members, and we were able to meet them also at D23.
Shep family said it was a bummer we couldn't meet up with them later on that weekend.
Yeah, and there will be times in the future, definitely. We also had a chance to meet Bruce from the cruising channel, Traveling with Bruce. He was driving by and he made a special trip to come out.
Well, he wasn't just driving by. He went out of his way.
You doing?
He went out of his way to meet us.
He did. He went out of his way literally to meet us. And we met Bruce and his wonderful wife, Jen. So it was great to finally meet them. Mm-hmm. We met Cruising with Wills.
Oh, yes, we did.
We had an awesome time, and they made sure we had an awesome time on the NCL Escape. So you will see them in the vlogs. In fact, on not the one that we released today, there was a snippet of it, but next week is when you're going to see more of them. But they've been, I think, in almost all the videos that we've done. When we went to New York to start that cruise, we met some other part of the TWB family, Traveling with Bruce family. They were made honorary explorers for the day. We met Tom Henry, we met Sylvia, and we met Lance. And it was one of those moments where you are having such a good time. We didn't have a chance to like a long time with them. And then when I was done, I realized I really didn't film a whole lot with them in it. So I apologize about that, but we had a really fun time.
Getting to know them.
Yeah.
You can't have a camera in front of your face the whole time you're trying to get to know somebody.
We met also Chris and Jennifer Griffin.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Uh-oh, what does that mean?
Oh. All right, so that means it's coming soon for the Spotlight channel.
I thought it was now when it goes off.
It will. We also met Darlene and Rich that you guys will get to meet during the videos. Gavin and Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
We hung out with them quite a bit. And it was kind of funny. We were starting to get so much wine free, like bottles of wine. And like
we had to give it away.
My birthday. We said, hey, do you guys want this? Do you guys want this? Do you guys want this? And they were like, sure.
They appreciated it.
Yeah, it was fun.
So hopefully they enjoyed it.
We met also from Rochester because Cruising with Wills is from Rochester, Kevin and Frank. Kevin, and Vern are from Rochester, and they're the ones that we just
On
released today.
Horse-drawn hayride.
The wagon.
It was supposed to be a carriage. It was not a carriage.
We met our friend Dave, who hung out with us. He'll be on a couple of our excursions, at least one of the excursions.
We met him on the Bliss cruise at first.
Yes. And there's Shaggy the cat saying, "Hey, what about me?" Gail and Kevin Parrish, they were the ones that we met. We met them at the last day. Remember when we were in the airport and she was having like a tough day, but she did karaoke.
Oh yeah.
So we hung out with her a couple times and did karaoke. We also had friends that we met on the wagon. It's Judy, Pat, Linda, and Carrie. So they were also on that. So a lot of people that we met.
Hey, Stevie Lee, welcome.
Welcome, Stevie Lee. I don't know if I got everyone. I hope I didn't miss.
If we missed anybody,
I probably did.
Appreciated and
yes. It doesn't mean that we didn't
to meet you,
remember you. It just means that we forgot.
I'm sorry, but Jim, you're a teacher. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't those two words mean the same thing? Kind of. It's like the same meaning here. Forgotten, can't remember. It's the same.
So some of the things you guys in 2019, Greg, just some of the highlights. Kind of talk about, well, like the movies. What movies did we see that we really liked?
Well,
I don't know if I can remember.
Our very last movie that we saw in the theater was none other than Star Wars Episode 9. And that was an awesome movie. We're not going to give any spoilers away. So anyone that has not seen it, don't listen to anything you heard, any negative thing. Just go watch it and enjoy it for what it is. It's 40 years of a culmination of a franchise that everyone's grown up with. They did what they could with what they had because certain things happened before this one was made. So all in all, we liked it a lot. Everyone clapped in the theater. It was an awesome movie. It
was a highly interactive movie. Yes. And I would tell you, any movie with BB-8 is a winner with me.
We saw...
This was actually of the 3 Star Wars trilogies. This trilogy was my favorite of them, even over the original. I didn't like what they now call episodes 1, 2, and 3, which were the prequels. I didn't like
okay
those as
and
much.
They're good in their own right.
Yeah, but that would be my lowest one, and then the originals. But the best ones that I liked were the last 3 that they released. Melissa Geller, she said, "Let's go Buffalo." She's a longtime Bills fan. She was rooting for Jim Kelly back in the day. So Melissa, let's go Buffalo. Disney Nerd Herders are here. Welcome.
Welcome, Disney Nerd Herders.
Not a problem. You guys had a great show tonight. It was great seeing Walt and Melissa on the show. So
what other you were talking about movies, so
oh yes.
we saw the Meg. I got you to see that and you actually ended up liking it because he can't stand shark movies, but he went and saw it. I got him to see It Chapter 2 and the first It when that one came out. He saw it here, and then we saw it Chapter 2 in the theater, and he liked it. So there's just a lot of movies that we saw. I think we can't really name them all.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's some of them that I walked away like I really liked, and I was surprised. And I can't even think of what they were. But yes. And then with the shows, I think of
Avengers,
the surprise shows.
The last Avengers that came out. That was a big one.
That was a really good one.
That and Star Wars were the 2 big ones.
And then how could 2020 end any better for us? We watched the last 4 episodes of The Mandalorian, and all I can say is,
I have spoken.
This is the way. The child is probably one of the best. That thing is going to be huge. That character. And
if you don't know who the child is, we won't say, but it's really not who everyone is saying it is. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes. So yeah, Mandalorian. It's been a really good. And what I like about it is the filming techniques, like how they switch cameras. Mm-hmm. From like when they're, I'm trying not to give stuff away, but
just switching cameras doesn't really give away anything on the movie.
No, but there's certain parts in it, like to heighten the what's going on. The way they switched the cameras, it added more emotion to what was going on in it. So I thought they filmed it good. And what's the guy's name? John, what? That director?
Jon Favreau.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah, he made this up himself. This actually takes place after Return of the Jedi, so it's before all the new stuff. And you can kind of tell it took place after that time frame.
So you guys,
this strap is really hurting.
It is time.
So we're 6 minutes overdue for the Spotlight channel, and I have no idea who it is, so hop to it.
The Spotlight channel is you Explorers. So everyone that comes in and watches.
Everybody's a Spotlight channel.
Yes. At this time, you guys, if you have a channel, please if you're able to put the link in there, say what your channel is about. Other people who are not creators, please follow these other channels that are in here. We wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't support of other people, and we want to share that with others. So as the families gets bigger from the Disney side, from the cruising side, it is hard to keep up with everyone, but we are a family, and there's a lot of different ways that you can support. This is the way that we like to do it.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
YouTube is just a big community that we did not even know existed. We just thought channels were channels, and we didn't know it was such a community. So we feel really blessed, and it's awesome to be part of it.
Jamie's there.
Hey,
welcome, Jamie.
James.
Happy New Year from jolly old England.
My gosh, it's really late over there, but thank you for joining us so late.
Yeah, it is. What time is it here? It's almost 6 o'clock, which means it's 2 a.m. in the morning over there. Oh my gosh. So thank you guys. Thank you, supporters, explorers, and I can't even turn this light off. Looking forward to 2020, what will happen and what we have going on. But again, it all starts with the support from you guys, and we really appreciate it.
We really just hope that our new year and everybody's new year is filled with blessings and positivity and joy and warmth, laughter, fun times, making new memories. So much has been going on, in the world. So we need more of that. And I think YouTube is an outlet for all of us to be able to do that and share fun things with each other. So thank you, everybody.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Fisher Fun Ventures, we do family day trips and have a few surprises thrown in. Come on over for the fun. Awesome.
So some of the things, looking back at 2019, we had our Vegas trips. We finally decided to get a new Disney pass.
Yeah, but I didn't get to go on the Las Vegas trip.
Because of the cost of Disneyland, annual passports have raised. We usually like to get the higher ones, with the more expensive ones, but we weren't seeing us visiting the parks that often. So it wasn't beneficial to us. You all right?
Excuse me. That went down the roll.
So we hadn't bought a pass for a year because we knew we were going to basically waste our money. So what we did was, when Disney announced a new passport called the Flex Passport, we went ahead and purchased that. I think it was about $500-$600, but you have to make reservations. We've never had any issues with us not being able to get a reservation. So what you can do though is, and this is definitely a crowd control measure, is within 30 days, you can say, okay, there's a blackout period now, but it's soon to end. Say we wanted to, on the 23rd of January, make an appointment or a reservation, you can go ahead and book it. Now, you can only do 2 within the 30-day period, but you can treat it as a park hopper. So you can do one for Disneyland, you can do one for California Adventure. And so when you do that, you can't book anything beyond that. So say you're going to stay for 3 days, that's the downside of it. You'll get your passes for the first day, but the moment you walk into the park, you want to make reservations for the next day. And then the following day, you want to make the reservations for the other day. But we've never had any issues with it. There's certain times of the year that you don't need to worry about it. You can just go in like a normal passport. There's very few limited blackout days. I think it's a 3-week period from the middle of December through the first week of January. But other than that, we've been really happy with it, and we've probably gone to Disneyland about 7 times into the park since we've had the Flex passport. So we've definitely got our use out of it.
Jamie is asking, is Disneyland in LA good? We are hoping to go in January 2021, then get on the MCO Bliss in Mexico.
Awesome.
Or to Mexico. It's the original park. It's a must. You have to do it sometime in your lifetime, so that'd be perfect for you to go.
You can't
Highly
compare it
suggest
to
it.
Walt Disney World because there's 2 parks in Disneyland that are facing each other, like yards from each other. In Walt Disney World, it's 47 square miles. I believe that's what it still is. 47 square acres. I don't know. My numbers are gone. That's what happens when you get 3 hours sleep.
It would be acres.
No, it's more than that.
It's acres.
It's miles. It's 47 square miles. It was at the
It's
time.
just a big park.
So there's 4 theme parks. There's over 20 resorts. There's 2 water parks.
Benson Miles.
Miles, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's still a big park.
it is huge. It's a huge area that Disney owns. So when you compare size, Anaheim to Florida, there is no difference. Our favorite resort area is Disneyland. Maybe because we're close to it and we can go more frequently, but we just love the original park, which was what Walt built. And we also like California Adventure, which is home to the best park from what Jim says, is, what is it? What does he say is the favorite roller coaster that he had?
Oh, the Incredicoaster.
Incredicoaster, yeah.
But Disneyland, it is the way. It is our park.
Oh, Jeremy said that they are going to Disneyland, so we'll have to try to meet Jeremy as well as also Jamie.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So we had D23. So that was really a fun time because
That was our first time going.
it was. We have never gone to a D23 event.
And that was kind of a way of meeting everybody that we met
Yeah.
in a lump sum that weekend. So
There was a lot of YouTubers that we saw. Tim Tracker, Justin Scard. Is that how you pronounce it?
we saw him. We didn't
really
meet
interact
him.
with him.
He was already talking with somebody.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool just to see who's there at the D23 event, but we enjoyed it. We only went for 1 day. We were kind of overwhelmed at first because you almost feel like a mouse going through a mouse maze because you don't when you walk into the auditorium, it's like the outside because it's basically like almost like a big, like when you go to a theater that like for a concert, you have the outside area before you go into the inside area.
It's like a big inside flea market for
That's
Disney.
kind of was, but when you go in there, there's
with
like
shows
walls
and
up.
stuff. Yeah.
So you go in there, and then that wall creates like an aisle that you can then go through different sections. So after a while, we kind of got the idea of what we were supposed to be doing. It was a lot better, but at first we were like, there was too much going on. We didn't know really what we were doing. So it was fun. I could see myself wanting to do a D23 event again. I just don't know how soon that we'll be able to do that.
D23 in 2021 is going to be very important for Epcot, Noah says.
I don't think we're going to make it because we're planning on being at
That's the 50th for Walt Disney World,
and
so
we're
we got to
planning on
pick
being
one or
there
the other.
for the 50th. We want to be there October 1st, so it's going to be we're going to choose that rather than go to D23. But
There'll only be one 50th anniversary, but there'll be a lot of D23s.
we went on our second Norwegian cruise. A lot of firsts on that. First time we did not go to a port that included Nassau.
Oh, gosh.
Every other cruise that we have been on, we stopped
We're
at
very
Nassau.
happy that it did not stop at Nassau.
Greg is. I like Nassau.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
The only thing I want to do that's left is the water park. After that, I probably won't even get off the ship
I
anymore,
will.
unless
They have
just to stretch my legs.
They have Senor Frogs,
Yeah, I'll probably go there. That's about it.
and they had the Tortuga Rum Cake Factory.
And that's about it.
They have a chocolate where you can make chocolate. And then I can't think of the gray something. Gray
Why
Cliff?
haven't we stopped there yet? We've been there twice now.
Because they usually when we're there, it's not open on that day. And they also have like a rum tour. So those are kind of cool. If you're in that area.
Okay, there's
why
a
not
few
find out
things
more?
left to do.
Yeah. But it's the first time we sailed out of New York. And I would tell you, when I was thinking about what we'd be sailing by, which was the Statue of Liberty, the Freedom Tower, seeing the Manhattan City with Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, which is my favorite building, I knew it was going to be emotional. And sure enough, sailing by those, it's one of those things, I think, as an American, that you have to see the Statue of Liberty and what it means for us as a country. And
that and the Freedom Tower, which they say they don't call it the Freedom Tower, but we hear a lot of people call it that. So that was in itself emotional. So
Edna's World joined us. Welcome, you guys. If you haven't had a chance to see her channel, definitely make sure you guys subscribe and check her channel out. So that was first time we sailed out of New York. First time we went to Canada.
First time I've been to New York where I could actually remember it, because I was born in New York, but I was so little I don't remember. So I think I was there twice when I was a baby, but I don't remember. So I'm glad I got to go and actually retain what I saw. So
yeah, we went to Times Square. We went to the Disney store.
That was a huge Disney store too, and the escalator was a cool experience with all the lanterns from Tangled hanging from the ceiling.
And what I really liked about it, they had exclusive merchandise just for that New York store, which you don't normally see in a Disney store.
But we didn't buy one thing. We actually behaved. We didn't buy one thing, and I know for some people that are watching, that would be a headache for them, because it would take them a lot to not buy anything if they went there. And we know who those people know who they are too. Wow, just put them on the spot.
We also had Carrie Cat 26. Happy New Year. Go Bills. Let's go Buffalo.
Bills need to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes. It was the first time we went on. We chose from part of the free at sea package. So if you're not familiar with it, NCL offers free at sea choices pretty much all the time now. We chose, because I went with my mom, and Greg and I went with my mom. We chose the $50 off per stateroom at any port that you went to if you booked a shore excursion through NCL. So we thought that was a pretty good deal. In that case, when we went, it meant like Greg and I would get $25 off each the excursion that we chose. For my mom, she was the only one in her cabin. She got $50 off that excursion. So we went and did all 4 excursions. We went to Portland, Maine, where we did a horse-drawn carriage. We went to Bar Harbor, which was Bahaba in Maine, which was our favorite port, I think, of anywhere. It was
beautiful.
I would describe it as the Carmel of the East Coast. It's an awesome town. You can't have the ship just can't go up to a dock there. It has to tender you in, which basically means they have a boat. Your ship stays out there, and a boat transfers you from the ship to land.
We used a special tender that you could be all the way at the top on the outside when the wind blowing. So it was pretty cold, and because we did it through NCL, but then when we got back, we just tried to get on the fastest one that we could get on. So we took the lifeboat back, which I've never ridden in a lifeboat. Interesting experience. I'm glad it was for a good reason and not a bad reason. But apparently they have like food and drinks and stuff there if you need it for a while, but hopefully we never have to know what that's like.
We had Donna Jaworski and Arjons.
Awesome.
That Disney legend Arjons.
Welcome to our show.
And that's who I meant to say. Juan Rodriguez is the Arjons of the West Coast. Hopefully you guys, Arjons and Donna, we are going to be in Walt Disney World on, we're planning to be at Epcot on February 8th, and then possibly Magic Kingdom on February 9th. We're going to be in there because we'll be coming home from a Disney cruise. Our cruise is the 1st through the 8th. So hopefully if you guys are around, we would love to meet you. And anyone else who's in Florida that would love to meet us. I know there's going to be a few other cruise channels there. It would be nice to meet you guys finally in person and get to know you guys a little bit better. So Bar Harbor, we did
Bahaba.
We did a Lobster Bake tour. or a lobster bake.
That was a whole lobster.
It was.
And I actually was teaching one of the ladies on the right side of me how to take it apart, and I just tore that poor thing to pieces. And basically, I took the legs off first, which just sounds so wrong, and then I popped the head off, and there was a lot of like green stuff in there because when you pull it out, the whole intestinal or digestive tract goes with it. Sorry, I know that's kind of gross, but you got to get it out to eat the meat and the tail and everything. But it was really good, and it was actually filling, but I couldn't believe it was a whole lobster.
Yeah, Taziar Charles said, Jeremy said he was born in Canada, and we did a trip to the east coast of Canada and New England many years ago. Such a great place to visit. We loved Bar Harbor. We also tried.
Thank you.
We also tried lobster ice cream. So you'll have to wait to see what He
got a wild idea. I wonder if there's lobster ice cream. And sure enough, there was.
You have to stay tuned for the vlogs on that. Then we went to Canada. We wanted to try. We wanted to try a lobster roll in Maine and compare it to a lobster roll in Canada. So in Portland, Maine, we had a lobster. It was kind of like a sandwich that they folded, and then we had a roll, an actual roll with the lobster in it. In our first stop, which was, it's kind of wordy, if I can remember right, St. John's, Bay of Fundy, New Brunswick. And I might be missing.
We just called it St. John's.
That was in Canada. We did a tour with the Reversing Falls. That was a really fun place. And then we ended up in Halifax, which we did a duck tour, which is an amphibious boat. So we had a tour that went into the bay and showed some of the different things. And then we went back on land and did a tour of the city. So that was pretty fun there too. And Greg got some
we used
poutine.
Oh God. We used a tender Orlando guy. I just saw his comment right now.
I think Carnival calls them
Tender.
They call them water taxis. They don't call them tender boats, but every other cruise line calls them tender boats. So we had, those are a bunch of firsts for us. First time not going to a warm climate, and it was really fun. So a lot of firsts going on the NCL Escape. And I would tell you guys, we were insanely treated well. Cruising with Wills made sure that we were treated well. So, and at first I didn't believe them because they said, oh yeah, we let them know to make sure that they take care of you. And we were like thinking, okay, Kevin, yeah, like you have that much pull. Well, then that night at Cagney's, we had a visit from someone who was up in the officers, and she said, Kevin and Frank told me, asked me to check on you and want to make sure everything's good. And we're like, wow.
We were kind of like blindsided, like, what are you talking about? What?
Yeah. And then we started getting free drinks. It was amazing how well we were treated.
I felt like they were doing too much, like the people that were giving us stuff. It was nice of them, but I just thought, okay, we're not anyone
chocolate covered strawberries.
We're not anyone special to
rooms.
get all this stuff.
Yeah,
but it was nice of them.
It was nice to be treated like that, but we felt like, okay, it
was overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, but we were treated very well by Norwegian. So thank you to them.
Even if they didn't do that, we still would have had a nice cruise.
Yes, definitely.
But I still like Dizney better.
Yes.
Just for the record.
Yes. We had a beaver tail, which is a fried bread.
It was insanely sweet.
Well, the one that we chose. And we had the poutine.
Yeah, the one we chose had chocolate and peanut butter and Reese's Pieces on it. That is like diabetes overhaul right there. So we had to cut it in half to share it because there was no way I was going to eat a whole one. That was way too much sugar. I'm sorry.
So with D23 that weekend that we met a lot of different YouTube channels, it was fun just hanging out with other YouTubers. We see it all the time happening in Florida. It was a chance for us to partake in something like that on the West Coast. So with Bob and Ashley, with Matthew and Lauren, Pepper Tree Villa, More Sunshine Place, Juan Rodriguez. It was great just to hang out with those, and we really had a fun time with them. Oh no,
I'm sorry, Jamie.
I remember that.
That's
when that
horrible. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. I'm laughing at what you said. But that's horrible that would happen to somebody.
So if you guys aren't familiar with poutine, it sounds kind of good until the cheese part of it. It sounds kind of disgusting, but it's fries with a gravy, and then they put cheese curds. Now the cheese curds part of it sounds a little bit like, okay, but we probably could have shared one. We didn't, which was probably a mistake, but I really enjoyed it. And we went to
it reminded me of
Smokies
mashed potatoes and gravy from KFC with cheese. That's what it reminded me of.
Sorry, I was reading what Kat
What did you say that you thought I said it would remind me of?
I don't remember.
Well, it wasn't whatever you just said.
Beaver tail, bear claw, and eclair eating contest. I think I would win that one. Greg isn't as much into sweets as
I like eclairs. Those aren't as sweet as the beaver tail was, and they're much smaller.
Yeah,
they're like a Twinkie size.
We went. Another one of the highlights is we met DisLyfeOfOurs and had a chance to hang out with them. We could have, if we bought tickets to Disneyland, we could have got into. They would have been able to get us into to see the opening of Galaxy's Edge, but they spent a few hours with us, probably like 5-6 hours. But we had dinner. They took us up to it was a special room upstairs in one of the Disneyland hotels. What was it? It was concierge. It was a concierge restaurant.
Okay.
Keep it clean. But it was great meeting them. We had fun filming that video, pop-up Disney with them, so we had a good time.
Taziar Travel said people always seem grossed out when you say cheese curds. Just realize it isn't curds in whey, basically just really fresh cheese.
Yeah, it sounds really gross, but
it sounds like cottage cheese, which I can't stand unless there's like a bunch of fruit mixed in with it, because just cottage cheese is basically curdled milk. It looks like it's just nasty.
We also had we went to we had a Friendsgiving, which is the first time we ever had Friendsgiving.
Oh, yeah. We had a Friendsgiving with Pepper Tree Villa and Ben, and Doug, it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
and, our friend Scott was there.
Yeah,
and Pepper Tree Villa, you guys, if you're not familiar with them, they have a forest of trees.
It took them like 2 months to put everything up. I can't imagine how long it's going to take for them to take it down.
And they had, I believe, like 7 trees that has a pickle in it. As the tradition is, if you find the pickle, it's good luck.
We spent 2 hours trying to find a darn pickle in that one tree.
Found all 6 trees, found the pickle, but they have one, they call it the Disney tree, or I'm not sure what they. It's something like
their
that.
main tree in the living room.
It has over 1,000 ornaments on it, literally,
in one pickle somewhere.
And we couldn't find the pickle.
They didn't even know where the pickle was.
Yeah, we asked Ben, where is it? You're the one that put it in there. I don't know. So for 2
did it like a
hours,
month ago from then.
We were in there. We were in the bush. We were in there trying to find a pickle. So I don't think they put it in there.
We did not find it. I'm pretty sure after 2 hours we would have found it. But yeah. We were obsessed with finding that darn pickle.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, and I don't like to. I lose graciously.
You lost. You didn't lose graciously. You were on the floor wailing and crying, wiggling all over on your back.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I've been a fan since 1976, so no hint on my age. So I've been a Bills fan for a long time, a diehard Bills fan, and most of those years I've been dying hard. But that's beside the point.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm used to not winning, but I'm a good winner.
It's nothing
but
new
I'm
now.
very competitive. Yes.
So we have we're looking forward to. Do we have anything on 2019 that we're still doing, or are we going into 2020
pretty much
now?
Good fun. I mean, there's so many more memories that we're probably missing that I can't think of. But
we have our 2 cruises that we're looking forward to this year. One I can't believe is like 30. Wow, is like 30 days away, and it's funny because I forget about it sometimes. Like I forgot I took this Friday off. That's how busy I've been at work. I just forget what it's supposed to. So I have actually a 3-day week because I'm only working tomorrow and then I'm off Friday. So, but
we're going to go to. We're meeting a friend that we haven't met in like 2 to 3 years.
Well, we met them. We haven't seen them.
Up
we're
north
going to
Corbel Winery in Northern California.
Yeah, these are Corbel glasses.
Yes, we got them on our last visit there. So we're looking forward to visiting that again. Might do a vlog. I don't know if they're allowed us to film in there, but they have a really cool history. It's a really neat winery to visit. So we're going to go to Corbel Winery, the only place that they can legitimately call their wine they sell a champagne. Sorry, I didn't pour it.
Have some wine then. Wow. You see how he is? He pours himself a full glass.
Thank you, Jim, for posting that.
For me.
It's a link to our product on there. We do have product that we sell, and we've actually been selling the product. So that's been really fun to see when we sell something.
But not QVC style like it looks like right now. But I was saying before, we have a cruise in February, the Disney Fantasy Star Wars / Pirate Night cruise. And then in September, we go on the biggest ship in the world. So that'll be a lot of fun.
It is. But let's talk about the next cruise. So where are we at?
We're doing January 1st,
This is probably
2020.
the least prepared that I've been for a cruise, because for the escape cruise, you guys remember I had that big board with all the different stuff on there?
I don't want to plan a lot for this one. This one, I would like to just go at a whim. And some things we're planning, but most of it I don't want to plan. I just want to enjoy a nice long 7-day cruise on a Disney ship that we haven't been on. Tomorrow I'll see the board out with a bunch of stickers and stuff.
So this is it, you guys. It is a Star Wars day at sea.
And it's practically empty.
This is my Sue Heck binder. So those of you who are familiar with the vlogs that we're releasing,
if you don't know the middle,
NCL Escape.
Oh my gosh. Jim, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that.
Jim,
Happy New Year, everybody.
Awesome.
Happy New Year to you, Jim. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Bob, winging it. I want to wing it on this cruise.
No, we're not doing that. So this will be filled with our itinerary. So where are we going? We're going out of Port Canaveral.
I just realized he put 2020.
Yes, I saw that.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So this past Friday, we finally booked our airfare, and we booked our hotels that we were staying. So up to then, we were not sure what we were doing. Part of that is because we got cruises every 6 months is what it's been going. And we just came off the NCL Escape. Yeah. And then we had Christmas. So there was a lot going on that we didn't have a whole lot of, money to spend out. So we finally booked our airfare. We are going to be staying at the new Coronado Springs Hotel the day before cruise. And then our friend Chris is going to be taking us over to Port Canaveral, the cruise port. So we'll be there for 7 nights on the cruise. We're going to Cozumel, Mexico. And I don't know if the name's wrong, it's Chichen Itza, which is the Mayan pyramid, one of the 7 wonders of the world. I believe that's what they call it. Always one of the things I've always wanted to do. I love pyramids. I love the history of them.
That's the only port excursion that we're actually going to do. We're only doing one.
We still have it booked, so we'll have to see.
We were going to do another one, but I think it's going to be a little too pricey this time.
We'll see. It is a lot more expensive than the Norwegian cruises that we went on. Like $200, I think, is what the Chichen Itza pyramid is. And then that was in through Cozumel, and basically it's 8 hours. And I think we're only in port for 8 hours, but since we bought it through the Disney cruise or booked it, then obviously the ship's not going to leave us because we're booking it through Disney. But we have a journey to get there, and then we have a journey to get back from there.
Jamie said Chichen Itza is amazing. And then he said he was really hot there.
Chicken pizza.
Yeah, Taziar said chicken pizza.
Then we are going to the Grand Caymans, Georgetown, and we have, as of now, we have a dolphin swimming with the dolphins experience. So
yeah, we might.
Greg chose one.
I would
chose
love
one.
to do it. I just don't know if financially it's going to happen.
And then we're going to Falmouth, Jamaica.
Not Falmouth.
And
that's what I said the other day, Falmouth.
We were going to book an excursion, and then we just thought, let's kind of relax a little bit on this one. We're just going to stay in the...
Eric is going on a
area.
cruise in September also.
That's
awesome.
Cool. So we're not doing anything in Jamaica, just going to check out the port. Now, from what I understand, this port was built specifically for cruise ships, and it's gated off from the rest of Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica's kind of scaring me because I've heard horror stories about it.
But they have some fun things that are there.
In the area that
they have like that
safe,
roller coaster.
right?
They call it the Jamaican bobsled, but it's really like a roller coaster that goes down a hill.
It's in the safe area, isn't it? It's not in the area that...
I don't know. I would say a cruise ship isn't going to go to a port if your life is threatened. Now, it can happen anywhere.
I'm not going to get into what I heard.
Jamaica is one of the hot spots.
There's been some scary stuff happening to people.
And then we have a Star Wars Day at Sea we're excited about. We actually have made 2. We don't normally do character meet and greets because I feel kind of awkward when I interact with them. I don't really know what to do with them.
You were all into it when you met BB-8.
Boom.
So
BB-8,
don't even try to...
That's all.
Don't let him fool you.
BB-8 is a different story.
He loves BB-8.
But it's kind of awkward.
If they have the child, it's all over them.
Yeah, that would be good. But we have...
I want to take it with me.
We've already made our reservations to meet 2 characters. Chewbacca, I think, is one of them. And was it C-3PO or something like that? I'm not sure who the characters are.
It was just Chewbacca and BB-8.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And then we also are going to the Disney Private Island Castaway Cay. So we have 4 excursions or 4 port days.
That I would like to do something like rent something to do. We wanted to do those. I don't know if they have them anymore, but they look like huge tricycles in the ocean, and you pedal, and they're like these big tractor trailer looking tires that you see on bulldozers, and you have to pedal them through the water. That looks kind of fun, and it would be a good workout too. So
other things that we have planned, there's 2 specialty dining restaurants on the Disney ship. There is Palo, which is on all the Disney ships, but on there's Remy, which are only on the 2 newest ones, which are the bigger ships, which is the Dream and the Fantasy, and it's called Remy's. It's expensive. It's like $120 additional cost to go to
brunch there, aren't we?
Yeah,
it's cheaper for brunch.
It's about $75. So we tried to do a Remy's dinner and a Palo brunch because we really liked the Palo brunch that we had the first time we went there. We reversed it.
Yeah,
we have it's not a brunch; it's a lunch, which is a sit down at Remy's, which we're kind of happy.
Oh, it's not a brunch for Remy's?
It's not a brunch.
Oh,
it's a sit down. They have a smaller menu than what a.
You switched it on me. No.
But the benefit of it is you have to wear a jacket and a tie if you go to dinner. I don't. Greg has one. I don't. But saying that, Disney will provide you one if you go to there and you don't
for a small fee.
No, they don't.
They don't charge you. I'm sure they have to.
Sure, maybe they do.
Here's a free jacket.
But you don't have to have you have to wear a dress up with a tie. Like
that's just for Remy's.
That's for lunch, correct? Palo, you still have to wear a tie on it. So
Palo, you don't have to wear a tie.
You do.
I didn't wear a tie when we went on the Magic.
I would have kicked you out.
I don't think I wore
maybe
a tie.
I thought you did. Maybe you don't.
I don't know. I just remember the food looked really good, but I couldn't taste one thing because I had a really bad cold or whatever it was. It just covered my whole taste buds, so I couldn't taste anything.
Yeah. We were hoping
that was bad.
When we get on the ship, we're hoping to try to maybe schedule a Palo brunch in because the Palo brunch was amazing. But I looked into like what is a Remy's dinner, and it's one of the ones where you get like something like this on a huge plate.
Well, it's not that small, but it's like those decorative things where you have like a piece of meat a sprig of greenery, a little swirl of gravy or sauce or something, and then they say, "Here's your dinner." And you're like, "Where's the meat and potatoes?" So you're still hungry when you're done eating dinner, and you're paying an enormous price for really nothing.
Jeremy said 120 per person. It's 120, 125. It was quite a bit than what we were surprised, but we switched it. So we're going to go to Palo dinner, and we're going to go on the first sea day we have, which is the second day. We're going to go to the Remy's lunch. Okay, thank you, Greg. We're looking forward to that. Also going up, so we have that next week, or next time we do it in 2 weeks, we'll explain a little bit more where we are with that. So we've got quite a bit planned. Planning for a Disney cruise is a lot different than planning for an NCL cruise. I think
it's more fun with a Disney cruise to plan for it.
I don't know about that.
They're
both fun.
It was fun for you when we did our first one, and we weren't YouTubers at that time, so it was a different experience, and I liked it a lot. And the feeling is just different after you start YouTubing things.
The Palo brunch is probably the best dining experience I possibly ever had with, but the teppanyaki on the Escape and the Bliss were right there with it. The teppanyaki was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
Small portions equals gastronomic experience.
That's basically it. And then you guys, we have a couple things planned for 2020 also. The Buffalo Bills. They are going to be playing. They just announced their schedule. We don't know the date yet.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be in Vegas.
They're going to be in Vegas.
At the new Raiders Stadium.
Yep. So we're looking forward to maybe scheduling that. I was trying to get this year to go to Orchard Park, New York, to watch a Bills game at home. I've been to about 5 Buffalo Bills games.
Now we don't need to do that.
But I still want to go to Orchard Park and see a game at
but we don't have to do that this year, though.
Maybe. I would really like to see a Bills game in Buffalo. And Cargo said her and her husband would meet us there. Yeah.
That would be fun.
So that's on the books. Our group cruise. Our group cruise is September 26th.
Our get-together
like
cruise.
You said, is on the Symphony of the Seas. We're going out of Miami. We actually already have our hotel for that. Talk about planning. We already got the hotel. But we are going to, if I remember all of them now, we're going to St. Martin. We're going to St. Thomas again, which was one of our favorite ports that we visited.
That was a nice place.
And then we got Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So those are
haven't
the
been
ports.
there yet. That looks fun with all the water slides.
Yeah, and I think those are I'm not sure if Nassau is another one of the ports, but I could be wrong. I think we only have 3 ports. So we are excited about that. If you guys are interested in the group cruise, we always put it in the description below. We go through a travel agent. The prices are lower. So the more people that join it, we are going to be offering kickbacks to them. So if whatever we get, like in terms of discounts, we are going to filter it back to the people that are going with us to give them a little bit more room credit. So hopefully you guys are interested in that. We would love to get with you guys, get to know you guys. But that is September 26th on the Symphony of the Seas. So that should be fun. It's not always a good time of the year to cruise, but for the most part, we sailed in September and we haven't had any issues with hurricanes or anything like that.
I know a lot of people will be on Carnival, but if you're able to make it, that'd be fun.
Jeremy said the only way to see the Bills is when it's 0 degrees outside.
Wow.
I was born in England, so
you have to be in a parka or something for that.
Although Central Valley in California isn't like England cold, but I love cold weather, so maybe not 0 degrees watching a 4-hour game, but we'll see. But
do you have anything else?
I think that's it, guys.
We just hope everybody has a awesome 2020. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to us. We like Disney. We like cruising. We like to explore. So a lot of fun adventures planned for the future. And so thank you guys for spending your New Year's Day with us.
Everybody, I hope you enjoy your New Year's night, whatever you're doing for dinner, and just enjoy your
have a dilly,
but start to a new decade.
But don't be silly.
Dilly 2020.
Thank you, guys. great success for all of you guys and health.
We
in
look
2020.
forward to more exploring with you this year.
Yes, thank you
So
guys.
thank you. We hope everybody has a nice night. And as Walt Disney always says,
we are just getting started.
Have a good night, everybody.
Till next time, explorers.
Happy New Year.